You don't have all the distractions of your everyday life, your normal life. You're one place where you can really focus on, in this case, we were trying to focus on, what makes a godly man.
Yeah, that whole idea of getting away, not thinking about my to-do list, not thinking about what my house needs cleaning or whatever else, but just to be able to get away and focus on the teaching. And man, this year the teaching was really fantastic.
I think that when we are removed from our day-to-day life and then totally immersed in just a community and an environment of just believers, as well as people who are all focusing on the same kind of the subject of that retreat.
And the other thing that I think really helps with the spiritual growth of a retreat is the community. Because it's not just learning and studying and coming before God by myself, but it's doing it with other women.
We also had some really amazing conversations at the dinner table, and they just kept on going, and conversations that were very very open and just very men were able to be vulnerable with other men, which is very rare. As everyone knows, men, we like to close off our feelings, but in that time and place, we were able to open up so well over those meals and over those conversations.
Well, as you can tell, from the camo hat, I'm an outdoorsman, so anytime I get to go shoot guns, that's always a good time.
The most fun activity that we were able to do was shooting the clay targets. That was my first time doing that. So much fun.
There is one other thing I really like, and that's that all the meals are provided and done, and I don't have to clean up afterwards. And that really adds to the whole experience.
So one of the things I really took away from the retreat was Bruce talked a lot about handholds and footholds and making sure that we have these lifelines so that when life gets tough, we have something to fall back on.
I'm not sure exactly where it came from, but what spoke to me was being able to take time to rest and just spend time alone with the Lord and to rest and not feel like I have to serve all the time.
I think the biggest takeaway was when Pastor Bruce, he had us list off on a whiteboard kind of the way that the world perceives a man, as well as the way that God had originally made us. And to see the gap in between these two things and what we must do in order to become that man who is made in the image of God is, that was something else. That was a very big takeaway for me and for many of the other men that were there, I believe.